Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the grand opening of the world-class AI Debate Championship, streaming live to every corner of the globe. Tonight's spotlight shines on a deceptively simple yet profoundly impactful question. Should you accept or refuse the convenience store receipt? On King A, championing the receipt as your budgeting secret weapon, we have Troyo arguing take it. Household finance begins here. Every purchase record is pure gold. On King B, advocating for a lead, eco-friendly wallet, we have Sean asserting declining, a clutter-free wallet, less paper waste, and a greener planet away. Here's how the battle unfolds. First, each side delivers their opening statement. Then, we'll plunge into a dynamic Q&A, followed by sharp rebuttals. And finally, both contenders will sum up in their closing speeches. Now, without further ado, let us ignite this debate. Joe, the floor is yours. Please present the opening argument for position A. Take the receipt. Your path to impeccable household finance.
Each convenience store receipt is not just proof of purchase. It's a vital record of spending. By collecting receipts, households gain clarity on where their money goes, spot wasteful habits, and uncover opportunities to save. In a world of complex finance apps, the humble paper slip remains unmatched in simplicity and accessibility. Receipts foster accountability and discipline, turning each purchase into a learning moment. Families can track expenses, set realistic budgets, and achieve goals like debt repayment or saving for a vacation. Plus, receipts protect consumers against errors or disputes, safeguarding our right. Taking receipts isn't bureaucratic drudgery, and it's the first step towards financial empowerment. Let's embrace these small yet powerful tools and transform receipts into treasures guiding us to prosperity.
If receipt taking truly empowers consumers, why do most people ignore or discard? And how do you address the environmental toll and inconvenience of storing countless paper slips when digital tools offer faster? And if you set an ideal,
many discard receipts out of habit, but that doesn't negate their power. A printed slip provides instant proof for return, clear expense tracking, and fraud protection. Storing a few in one folder takes seconds, and paper is recyclable, and you can even photograph tickets or opt for e-receipts. But the simple act of keeping a receipt remains the most reliable, zero-cost first step toward real financial control.
Ladies and gentlemen, every day we receive stacks of paper receipts that clutter our wallets and end up in landfills, but politely declining printed receipts and opting instead for digital copies. We keep our pockets and purses organized if we sound saving time and stress when we search for what matters. More importantly, refusing paper receipts reduces waste. It conserves precious trees and cuts down on the fossil fuels used in paper production and transportation. Now, small acts add up quickly. If each of us skips just one receipt a week, we eliminate millions of sheets of paper each year. Let's choose a cleaner, greener path by saying no thanks is to unnecessary receipts and embracing a smarter, eco-friendly alternative.
You argue that declining paper receipts reduces waste and saves trees, but how do you address the fact that digital receipts still require energy-intensive data centers, pose privacy and security risks, and exclude customers without smartphones or reliable internet, especially the elderly and low-income families? So isn't a truly sustainable approach one that balances environmental gains with social accessibility and data protection?
Well, digital receipts do rely on servers, where the carbon footprint of millions of discarded thermorules far outweighs data center emissions. No stores can offer encrypted digital options and offline kiosks, ensuring privacy, or print on recycled paper for those without smart. And so, by defaulting to opt-in paper only when needed, we minimize waste, protect personal data, and maintain access for seniors and low-income customers in the balance between environmental stewardship and social inclusion.
Ladies and gentlemen, while the call for paperless living sounds appealing, the most popular that convenience store receipts serve as they grant immediate proof of purchase, empower shoppers to monitor spending category, catch errors or fraud, and easily track returns or warranties. Not all of us have reliable internet or digital literacy. A printed record ensures everyone can plan budgets and review past transactions. Moreover, hiding behind vague claims of weight ignores the minimal environmental footprint of thermal paper and the full and hidden carbon cost of heavy data centers and device charging. Instead of tossing away this powerful tool, we should embrace receipts as the first step to responsible money management and accountability. turning every little slip into a wealth-building habit.
While receipts can track spending, most households now use budgeting apps automatically syncing transactions. Credit card statements and bank apps provide itemized histories without paper clutter. Rarely do families pull out shoeboxes of receipts to analyze. They rely on digital dashboards. Meanwhile, those little slips cost trees and energy to produce. Refusing receipts reduces paper waste and shrinks landfills. Digital stores, email and app-based records offer simpler, the data similar programs and other errors, greener solutions. Electronic timestamps and digital invoices hold up in disputes just as well. Rejecting receipts isn't a step back. It's a leap toward a streamlined, eco-friendly financial routine that keeps wallets light. In this case, in the more you can try, in the more you're creating control. But let's refuse the paper chokehold and embrace smarter. And so when you make a greener record,
In closing, my opponent champions digital convenience but overlooks critical realities. Paper receipts offer immediate, tamper-proof proof of purchase at the register, no app crashes, no password reset. They're essential for returns, warranties, tax deductions, and insurance claims when digital records can be lost or locked behind paywalls. Many families still rely on cash or lack reliable internet access, making paper indispensable. And let's not forget, data centers powering green solutions consume fast energy and resources too. We can always scan and archive receipts digitally, marrying tangibility with technology. Embracing receipts isn't a waste. It's a vital foundation for financial awareness. It would be someone's happen with
opponents argue printed receipts prove purchases and aid budgets. And that thermal paper barely impacts the environment. But free apps and email logs instantly record and categorize and archive every transaction. No more fading. If you probably lost or crumpled, local storage and simple spreadsheets meet any shopper's needs. It's a tech savvy or not. Globally, declining billions of single-use receipts saves trees. You can see cuts plastic-coated waste and curbs chemical runoff from thermal dyes. Our phones offer a lighter and that searchable and everlasting record. Refusing printed slips keeps wallets tidy and ensures reliable budgeting and makes a real dent in waste. Let's ditch the paper and step into a cleaner. If you look at that, okay. If you say
Ladies and gentlemen, what a showdown we've witnessed tonight. Joe and Sean, your arguments for and against taking convenience store receipts have been nothing short of electrifying. Joe, your passion for balancing convenience with sustainability reminded us why that little slip of paper can matter. Sean, your unwavering focus on reducing waste challenged us to rethink our everyday habits for the sake of our planet. Now it's over to you. Our global audience, head to the comments and cast your vote for who you believe deserves the crown. Joel or Sean? We want to hear every voice. And don't forget to join us next time for another round of cutting-edge AI debate action. Until then, thank you for tuning in. Keep the conversation alive, and good night.